Welcome back to JSA TV and JSA Podcast, where we're covering the latest stories, trends, and innovations from leaders across the digital infrastructure industry. I am Keely Dorian here at PTC, and I am joined now by Niraj Shah with iXAfrica, winning the award, I might say, for dedication, as you've had some insane flight delays, but we're so happy that you're here and you made it.
Yeah, thanks, Keely. It's been actually very, very difficult to get here, but it was fine. I mean, 36 hours flying, flight cancellations, but I'm here. It's the dedication. And it's the conference to be at.
It is the conference to be at. You definitely don't want to miss it. And we're so happy to have you joining us once again on JSA TV. Well, for those who don't know, do you want to just give us a quick overview of iXAfrica? Of course, sure. Doing a lot with in East Africa. You'll describe it better than me, so yeah. I'll let you go.
No, thanks. So we've gained a lot of momentum. We started about 2 years ago, and we had the first campus built, or the first building for the first campus, which is 4.5 megawatts of IT power, which is now live. But we intend going to 22.5 megawatts. We are actually the first hyperscale data center in East and Central Africa. And we've actually set the trend. Now, quite a few of the competitions now looking at, getting that traction together and building. So, but we're a couple of years ahead. We're actually going to the next step of getting a second campus done, which is about 30 kilometers away from where we are, which kind of suits what the hyperscalers would like in terms of redundancy. We're actually quite happy with the progress we've made. Yeah. And now that we are live with lots and lots of connectivity providers coming in, IXPs have come in. We brought in Links Nairobi, called Links Nairobi. And now Links will obviously spread their wings as well amongst Kenyan data centers. But, clearly we are the guys who brought them in, and they're doing a lot with us. And obviously it's going to really boost the whole connectivity hub element of Kenya. So, yeah, that is the plan, and we're forging ahead.
Yeah, doing such great work, and in a big market that's coming onto the scene. So let's talk about sustainability. I know that is a very key pillar for you as you continue to grow the company.
Absolutely. And one of the benefits, and I think I've mentioned it a couple of times, that Kenya is actually very green. It's actually 93% renewable energy. But the beauty of it is it's actually hydroelectric and geothermal, as well as wind and solar. So it's actually got all elements coming in now. And wind is taking a very, very big factor as well. So one of the key requirements when we talk to the hypers is, how sustainable are you? So our entire data center is powered by renewable energy. And the fact that we also have this Keep It Africa theme that we go with, we make sure that we are not really spreading our carbon footprint in a big way. So everything's locally, we try and get everything locally as much as we can. We make sure we have the companies that support us, that they have their agencies in Kenya itself or in the region, to make sure that there is no downtime from them. So very strict on how we're doing all of this.
Yeah. So let's talk about, you mentioned some growth plans already with looking at a second campus, and we're talking about sustainability. So as you continue to grow, of course, data centers need a lot of power, which is not always as sustainable as we would like it to be. So how are you looking at that growth, and how do you plan to continue to be sustainable as you grow?
Yeah, so there are a couple of things that are happening in Kenya, particularly is the fact that it's renewable, no doubt, 93%. But there's a lot of incentive to actually generate your own power as you go along. At some point, they will do wheeling, where you will be able to actually sell your power that's more than that you may require onto the grid. Mm-hmm. So solar is obviously one element that a lot of the companies would look at. It's a lot more in the manufacturing side of the sector, right? But from a data center perspective, with 22.5 megawatts, you need a lot of power. So there are ways and means of how we will actually try and minimize what we would use by, say, solar in terms of our administrative use, right? Megawatt or 2 megawatts. But as we go to 22.5, no doubt we're actually going to be using the grid power, which is renewable. But there are lots of other innovations that are coming in. Now there's biodiesel that you can use for your redundancy generators. But you can also, there is now a movement to actually start generating green hydrogen. So that's still like in the making, but it's a big possibility. What you need for that is a lot of hydroelectric. So more rivers, more water is required. And it's generated through, I mean, in a basic way, it's electrolysis that you use to generate green hydrogen. So, in essence, Kenya's got a lot of potential to generate different renewable energy. And that's where we're going to try and tap into all of this. And then perhaps as time goes by, with the land that we have acquired, we've acquired more land further, I think it's further north actually, from where we are. And that's 11 acres, which also has the possibility of wind and also, generating at a small level hydroelectric. So, yeah, we're looking at sustainability and power in a big way. That is the name of the game, which is the other thing that, when you get into AI, there's a huge demand for power, right? And you want that power to be green. So we're already gearing up towards that in whatever we're doing. So, we're a couple of years ahead of what we want to, what we probably see happening. So we're already planning for that, gearing up.
A lot of exciting things to come, it sounds like. So definitely not slowing down anytime soon over at iXAfrica. Is there anything else that you want our viewers to know about?
We're based out of Nairobi in Kenya, which is the capital city. And it's actually a market. You mentioned that. But Nairobi serves up to 400 million people in different countries from the East African side. So it's a massive market. And I think now with the hypercloud coming in, they're looking at these markets. So, we're ready. And I think they've come in. We've had a couple of hypers come in and have a look at what we have. And they're well impressed with what we've built, especially to see something that big, that developed in Kenya. Mostly they're all small data centers now. We're ready. And come on in.
It's exciting stuff. Yeah. Well, thank you so much for stopping by JSA TV during your brief time here at PTC. I hope you get to enjoy the rest of the show and have a really productive meeting schedule ahead.
Yeah. Thanks, Keely. It was great to be here. Thank you.
Thank you again for joining us. And thanks to our viewers for tuning in. Stay connected.